Hi friends, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela Web Dev. In this video, we will try to test the asynchronous functionality. Right now, the code, if you try to see, these are all synchronous code. So if you try to send this sum, if you want to execute this sum method, now this one is straightforward, a minus b or a plus b, whatever the thing it is. So it will execute it synchronously. So what about the asynchronous calls? If you are having a promise, so that will be resolved some other time, some after time. So we need to wait for that promise until it is resolved. So in order to execute those promise type of things, how our test will pass. So let's try to see that one. Here, what I will try to do is, first I will try to create a asynchronous calls, dummy asynchronous calls. So some async. So here I will be calling this one as method, and I will try to send the args for this one. So this one will return the promise. Okay. So it will resolve promise dot resolve, and here I will call sum of args. That's it. So this one is a method some async. So this is the asynchronous call. It will make the asynchronous call. In the same scenario, I will try to do the subtract async, and here I will be having the args. This one will be promise dot resolve, and here I will call again subtract of args. I will do the args here. That's it. So now we are having two methods, sum async and subtract async, which will do the addition and the subtraction asynchronously. Now let's try to send this one, both the things, sum async and the subtract async. Sum async, okay, and also subtract async. So we are trying to send this sum async and subtract async. We are trying to export it. Now let's try to implement those things. So here, in order to implement the sum async and subtract async, so let's try to import sum async and also subtract async. So we are having this sum async and the subtract async. Let's copy this one and paste it down 2 times, and let's comment out these things. So we don't want synchronous thing. We want to just test the asynchronous thing. Here I need to execute the sum async, right? Sum async. I will try to set the sum async, and I need to get the expected value of 9. And here it should be subtract async. So we are trying to test this asynchronous functionality. Now in order to execute this asynchronous functionality, what we need to do, we need to add async here, and we need to do the await, right? We already know async and await. So let's try to add async, and here also let's try to add await. Now let's try to execute this one. So whether it will execute or not. So now this one has to wait until the promise is resolved. After promise is resolved, we will get the value result, and we need to expect the result for that one. We need to test that result whether it is matching with the expected or not. Let's try to execute it here. I am doing node sample.js, and if you try to see here, okay, let's try to change the names also. Here sum async, right? Adds async, and also let's try to change this one to subtract async. Okay, so these are the two things. Now let's try to execute node cls, and I am executing node sample.js, and here if you try to see, both adds async and subtract async, immediately they have printed the title, but afterwards we are able to see the error. So that means it is not waiting until the promise is resolved, and also it is showing both success, but here we have sum as an error. Why? Because it is doing a minus b. That is the reason it is coming after some time. When the promise is resolved, it is telling that 9 is not equal to the 1, because adds async got failed, error, but it is not waiting until that sum async has been completed. So it is immediately printing, and it is telling that at the end the error is there. But we should not happen like that. So we need to wait until the promise is resolved, and it need to check that whether the test is passed or not. Then only it need to move to the other test. But here it is executing all the tests parallelly, and afterwards when the promise is resolved, it is showing the error if any error occurs. Now what we need to do here? So here we are doing async and await, and we know that in this method, so we are having a await functionality. So that means this callback, the callback is nothing but the code, the functionality what we are sending to the test method. So this to the test method. The second method is a callback function. In this callback function, we are having await. So for that reason, what we need to do, we need to do the await here also. Okay, and also we need to wait until the method and until the promise is resolved. And also we need to add, whenever we are using the async await, we need to use the async for that function. Now let's try to see. Now I am clearing out this one all, and let's try to check it. Now you will be able to see that error. So we got an error, adds async two numbers, and it is telling you that 9 is not equal to the 1. And last it is telling that success subtract async two numbers. So that means now the test is waiting until the promise is resolved. Then only after that one it is going to the next test that subtracts async two numbers, and here also it is waiting. So now we have modified the test method, our own test method, in such a way that it will be able to handle our promises also, asynchronous calls also it will try to handle. Now this code not only works for the asynchronous calls, it will also work for the synchronous calls also. Now here if I try to do it, now here these both are synchronous calls and these both are asynchronous calls, and the test method we have modified in such a way that it works both for the asynchronous and also the synchronous calls. Let's try to check the output. Here if I try to check the output, see, first one adds two numbers. This is a synchronous call and it is telling that 10 is not equal to the 0, and here we are able to see the stack, error stack, and here subtracts two numbers and again adds async two numbers. We are able to see the error stack, and here success two numbers. So now we are able to show whatever the tests that are failed and whatever the tests that are able to pass. So this is how we can modify the code in such a way that our test cases so will handle both asynchronous and also the synchronous. Now let's make it correct. Okay, so I made this one as correct. Let's try to implement this one, CLS, and I will try to implement sample. So here you will be able to see that all the cases, success adds two numbers, subtracts two numbers, adds sync, subtract async, all the test cases has been passed. Hope you understood about this one, how to handle the asynchronous tests also. Hope you understood about this one. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. And also I have posted all this code in our GitHub repository. The GitHub repository link is provided in the description below. If you want to see, if you want to get this code, means you can get from that GitHub repository. So thank you.